All right. Welcome to the Grocery Shop for Free podcast. I am your host, Aaron Farmer, and I will be joined any minute now by my lovely co-host, Diane. She's trying to get some computer stuff straightened out, and we'll be ready to hit the ground running. So Valentine's Day is coming up this week. In fact, I believe it's this Sunday. As I'm recording this, it's Thursday, so we're just a few days away. So I thought we'd take a few minutes tonight and just talk about frugal date night ideas. And so if you're watching this on Blab, I've got it frugal date night ideals. I just mistyped that, so I apologize about that. If you're looking here for date night ideals, maybe this isn't the podcast for you. So this is frugal date night ideas, and there are a ton of different ways that you can spend some time with your spouse or significant other, or whoever, first dates maybe, and still have a lot of fun without spending a whole lot of money. And that's what we're about here at Grocery Shop Free, is keeping more of your money in your pocket. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So give me just a minute, take a drink of coffee, and give Diane a chance to join us. Okay, we're back. So we're also going to break down this week's best deals, which we'll do that at the end. And we've got a lot of awesome things to talk about. So let's dive right in. So frugal date night ideas. Here's one that we've done a couple times, and it's been nice. Is just go on a picnic. Get some food, put it in a basket, get a blanket. Oh, ignore my dog. we locked her out. Go find some water. For some reason, I always just like to do it by water. We have a lake, Lake Arlington here, up the road a ways, but any kind of lake will do, or any kind of water. If you're by the ocean, that's an even better deal. But go find some water, or go find a field, put a blanket down, eat some food, drink some wine, have a good time. Have some conversations, and it doesn't cost you anything more than the meal. You're not spending a ton of money. Another great frugal date night idea is a movie night. I mean, you can get a movie for next to nothing. You can rent one from Redbox. Most days, there's codes to get you Redbox movies for $1 or even free. You can watch a movie you've already bought. I know that when the kids were growing up here, we seem to always have movies that they had bought and that we never watched. Or maybe they got them for Christmas presents or whatever. So it seemed like there were always DVDs around that we could watch on a night that we had never seen before, that we actually owned. But now most of us can get movies on demand from our cable box for a couple dollars. It's really, really easy to do, and it's really cheap. You sit there for 2 hours, grab a blanket, sit underneath the blanket, and have a good night. All right, so we're still trying to get Diane in here.
I think I got it.
Oh, is that you?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're a little faint.
I feel like those old commercials. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You're faint. I'm not actually sure if that's the.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you're still faint. I think it's your. It sounds like it's far away, so it sounds like it maybe is the camera on your desk.
No, it's unplugged.
Okay, well, that's okay. You're quiet, but this seems to work better with the way our sound is set up. Or maybe I'm just picking you up on my mic. I don't know.
Ask if they can hear me.
Can you guys hear her? I mean, yeah, they can, because I can hear you.
Okay.
Let's see. Trying to find you. There you are. All right. So you'll just be quiet. That's fine. In fact, I could probably move my mic closer to you if you want to turn around. All right. So another great idea is take a trip to the farmer's market, or take a trip to the flea market. Just wander around and see what they have. It's always nice. I like to go to the flea market. I enjoy that. There's always we try to eat as clean as possible. So to get to wander around the farmer's market and pick pick up fruits and vegetables that we wouldn't normally buy, that that Walmart doesn't sell, and see what's out there. A lot of times they have cool little crafts and things that you can look at as well, or a flea market. We have here in the Metroplex, we have one. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, and I knew it just a minute ago. Trader's Village. So it's just a giant flea market with a bunch of booths, and you can easily kill an entire day in there. Easily. Just wandering around from booth to booth and seeing what's out there. Lots of really cool handmade stuff. Lots of old stuff. If you like to look at what are they called? I want to call them archives. Antiques. Lots of really cool antiques. And then cheap knockoffs from China. Lots of that stuff. Yeah, like I said, you could easily kill the whole day and they're just wandering around, and it's always really, really good deals. You might do a search for flea markets in the areas. Like we have another one. It's down in Canton, which is about an hour and a half away from us, and it's the first Tuesday of each month or something. I forget the name of it. What day does that happen on, Diane?
I think it's first Monday. But
First Monday.
It's like it's the entire town.
Yeah, basically the entire town turns into a flea market. It's massive. We went out there one day and spent a whole day out there, and I felt like we only saw about 20% of what was out there. It's just so much. And I can almost guarantee you that in your area somewhere, there's something like that you could go and spend the day wandering around looking at stuff. And it was beautiful too. It was a really cool experience. Diane, you here?
Did you hear that? Who did this?
Nope. So
It says it's picking it up here.
oh wait, I heard that. Say
I
something.
don't know. It says it's picking it up here. I don't know why it's not any better than that.
Go to the Blab page. Go to the Blab page. And then up at the top, oh yeah, you have to call in. You haven't even called in. So click the calling button. All right. Bear with us, guys. Check. Can you say something?
I don't know that it's connected
Ah,
yet.
there
Can
you
you hear
are.
me now? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. What I was saying about Canton was I think it's First Monday Trade Days, and it is it's the entire town. I mean, we decided to spend a day, and we just went to check it out because we'd never been before, and it was the entire town because we were driving around going, is this it? Is this it? And we were asking people, and they were like, it's everything.
It's this entire town, which is pretty crazy.
And they also have a lot of people go and they spend an overnight, and so they have really cute little cabins that you can rent and little, two-story, all this stuff that's kind of rustic and made to, kind of go with the theme of the whole weekend. And so you can stay, there's food to eat out there. They light up the town at night and everything stays open, so it's kind of cool. It would be a great thing to do over the weekend, and it's not very expensive. And even just to go for the day and walk around is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a blast. It was really cool, and lots of like crazy places to eat. People out there selling food out of carts and stuff. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. We really had a good time. So another frugal date night idea: go stargazing. I love to look at the sky. In fact, we had moved out to Glen Rose. This is probably about 15 years ago. We had moved out to Glen Rose, and we had I had to walk the dog or something. I forget what I was doing, but I walked outside, and
that was actually when we lived in Granbury, and you weren't walking a dog. You were driving up the hill because we lived on really high up.
Okay, and it was a clear night, and I looked up at the stars, and I realized that I don't think I had ever really seen the stars before. I mean, I always lived in a city. There's all that light pollution. So you see, maybe the 20 brightest stars and the moon, and it doesn't look particularly impressive. And I'm starting to what do you call it? Echo a little bit. But hold on just a second. We're gonna fix this. I hate when it starts doing that. Diane, I think maybe your mic is too loud. Okay, there it goes. All right. So it was it was a cool night, and looked up, and there was just a million stars. And that's when I realized I don't think I had ever really seen the stars before. I don't, we never really went camping as a kid or anything, or if we did, I don't really remember it. And it's beautiful. And stargazing doesn't cost anything. You can go just get away from the big city, get away from as many lights as you can. You may have to drive an hour to go find a field or something to lay in, and then put down a blanket and lay down and stare up at the stars. Bring some bug spray, and it's beautiful. Diane, have you ever done anything like that?
No, not really. If I turn on my microphone, then it echoes for you, so I'm going to have to keep my microphone off.
No, that's fine. You can talk and just come in when it comes in. Come in when you want. So then. Oh, I'm sorry. Going back to stargazing, what I would do is I would maybe Google places to stargaze in your city, and there's probably somebody's probably written a blog post or something about awesome places to go stargazing in your city, and go out there. The only other thing that I would recommend is if you take a flashlight, make sure it's a flashlight with a red filter, because you're going to want your night vision, and if you use a bright flashlight, a white flashlight, it'll ruin your night vision. You won't really be able to to enjoy the night. So if you can, in fact, on your cell phone, most of the flashlight apps on your cell phone have a way to put a red filter over the light, and you can do that. It'll really help out. Another thing that you can do is to visit a bar with a live music or karaoke. Usually they have a 2-drink minimum. It's, 5, 10. Oh, it's not 5. It's like $10 or $15 for your 2 drinks. And you can sit there, enjoy some jazz, enjoy some live music, maybe even join in the fun, going to a karaoke bar. I've never done that. I've never really had any desire to do that. But one time Diane and I went down to San Antonio, and we went to a jazz bar, and it was great. It's beautiful, beautiful music. And in fact, I still remember a lot of the songs that they played, and I kind of sing them to myself every once in a while. But it was a fun experience. Diane, have you ever done anything else like that?
Well, we went to the jazz club in San Antonio, and we also in downtown Dallas, we went to Deep Ellum and did that, and that was a lot of fun. I love listening to the jazz bands, and that one song that you're thinking of may be from Deep Ellum and not San Antonio. But it's a lot of fun to just go. I like to go to places that are like the West End in Dallas. It's free to just go down there and walk around, and it's really cool. Everybody's on the street. They've shut it down to all the cars. There's a lot of restaurants, and there's a big mall, and there's horse-drawn carriages and street vendors, people making balloons on the sidewalk. But it's just really cool place to go and just kind of, get away from everything, and it's not the everyday norm. It's just a little bit away from where you normally are, and it can kind of transport you like you're on a vacation even, because it's not someplace that you go very often. And it's just a lot of fun just to find those places like that are just, they're not anything you have to pay to go to. I mean, we don't go to Deep Ellum or to the West End, once every few years. So it's pretty cool to do something like that.
It seemed like the one in Deep Ellum wasn't jazz. It was a dueling piano bar.
Yeah, there was a dueling piano bar. That was a different time. The jazz was when it was years before when we went with some friends down there. But yeah, the dueling piano bar was also down at the West End.
Yeah. So there's lots of great music out there. In fact, in our newspaper every Friday, they have a list of like all the music venues and all the available bands that you can go see, and a lot of them are free. Like my our son, I say my son, our son is in a band, and
In band. He's in a band.
he's in a band. He's in a band. He plays really good music, and it's always free to see him. He's not really at the point where he's charging $50 ticket or anything, or there's a cover charge of like $5. But they usually the band will have the bar will have free music, and they just want you to buy a couple drinks while you're there. And what else are you going to do in a bar? It's pretty cheap, and really good music.
Yes, because our son's band won the Battle of the Bands for Dallas last year.
Yes.
So that's just a little plug. It's the White Rhinos. If y'all want to look them up, they have Facebook and everything. But they're a really cool band.
Yeah, the White Rhinos, awesome music. So another thing you can do is just play a board game or play a card game. You've probably got a couple around your house, and that's something you can also do for family night. Play Monopoly or something with your whole family, or if you want to keep it with a date night, find it's usually, I think card games are easier to do with two people, but there's plenty of card games that you can play and have a good time. And you can, without getting too graphic, you can set the stakes. It could be a very romantic time playing some card games, and have a lot of fun doing that. Here's another idea. How about go fly a kite? You can buy a kite for $10, assemble it together, and go find a park or someone and throw it up in the air and see what happens.
That goes along with the picnic idea.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you can combine it with the picnic idea and go fly a kite. I'll be honest with you, I have not flown a kite since I was probably about 10, so it might be something to do together.
We have stood on the sidelines and laughed while our children flew kites.
Actually, you got to run faster. Lots of good times. Another thing you can do with your spouse is to create a bucket list together. Like sit down one night and grab a couple pieces of paper and talk about what you want to do before you die. And, or, can't do these things anymore. And just go crazy. What do you want to do? Where do you want to travel? What are the things you want to experience? What are the things you want to see? Go check it out. Go make a list, and gives you some goals, something to shoot for, and make for some interesting conversation with your spouse. You might be surprised at all the things they want to do that you didn't know they want to do. Diane, what's on your bucket list? You got anything amazing there?
We have not made a bucket list. Maybe
No.
we should spend Thanksgiving Valentine's Day doing that ourselves.
Creating a bucket list. Honestly, my bucket list includes getting all the bills paid and living long. There's not a whole lot more on it than that. We've spent the last couple of years traveling and driving here and there and seeing a bunch of really cool things. And I think I've decided I don't really like to travel. I certainly don't like to drive anywhere. Here's another idea. Attend a free gardening class and grow something. Usually your local Home Depot will have lots of, classes you can go to. And a lot of times there'll be ones that teach you, how to grow what can grow in your part of the country is what I'm trying to say. And go check it out. See what you have to do to grab a plant. See what you have to do to make it grow, make it flourish, maybe start a garden. Something like that, but something that you guys can do together and work on the garden together. Little bit of manual labor. Attending the gardening class is the date night idea. The work is maybe for another time. And that's something that Diane and I have never really done. We've never really grown anything. And she's over there shaking her head. No one can hear you shake your head.
We've grown 4 children.
Honestly, that was work enough. And we'd never attended a class for that either. we were ad-libbing most of that. They turned out pretty good. So another idea is to eat dinner with friends. This is kind of be a double, double, what do you call it?
Double date.
Double date night. So when I was in high school, I was talking to my one of my teachers, and they were talking about, he was talking about a tradition that he had. He and his wife once a month they would have dinner with another set of friends, the same set of friends every time. And the rules for the dinner were the host family, so they alternated. The host family had to make a dish they had never made before. It just had to be something new. It had to be their first time trying it out. It had to be, something unique. And then the rules were, after the dinner was served, everyone would try a bite. If they liked it, they ate it. If they didn't like it, they all went to a restaurant with no hard feelings. That was just something they did, to try new things. I always thought that was a really cool idea, something that's easy to do. And although I would hate the idea of spending all day on a recipe, ended up going to the restaurant. But you tried everything. He was telling me some of the stuff that they came up with. I think one week they had, or one month they had borscht. Just like beet soup with sour cream, and it didn't sound good, but they said they actually ended up eating that. And something with a pumpkin, like she had a whole pumpkin and was doing something with it. I can't remember what it was, but he said that was one of the weeks that they went to a restaurant. It just did not turn out very well. But this is pre-internet, so they had to go he said he went to books, half-price bookstores to find cookbooks with recipes in it that they could do. And it's a lot of fun. It was a cool thing to look forward to every month. Have you, Diane, have you ever done anything weird like that? Ever made an odd recipe and something like that?
Nope, never made any odd recipes. I was always afraid to do that. I was always afraid of the taste of them. I don't like to cook and not be able to eat it.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. We do like to occasionally try new restaurants. Now I'm always for this. Diane, she's not. She wants to know what she's getting into before she goes into a restaurant.
I'm one that orders the same thing at whatever restaurant we go to. I order the same thing over and over again every time I go because I know it's good. And he'll try anything, and some of it's just been bad. Now you have to tell him about the time we went to the Mexican restaurant and how you ordered the number off the back of the menu. Yeah,
so we went to a Mexican restaurant, and there were specials on the back, number one, number two, but they were in Spanish. So it was like numero uno, numero dos. And then the one for number four, if I can remember, it just said numero cuatro, and then next to it said Spanish for four, and that's all it said. It wasn't a special. So I asked or when the waiter came back to take our order, I said, I'll have the numero cuatro, and I just wanted to see what would happen. And this poor girl, I said waiter, I guess she was a waitress. She took my order and went back to the restaurant, or went back to the kitchen, and she was gone for like 10 minutes. And then she finally came back and she said, "Do you want that with chicken or beef?" I said, "No, I don't know. Now I'm not sure what's getting into, but so I ordered it with chicken." And she goes, "Okay." And then after a few minutes, she came back and asked me another question. I don't remember what the question was, but it was like fundamental. It was like something that it's already been 15, 20 minutes now. That was a decision that should have made first thing. And so I could just imagine this poor kitchen is, scrambling, trying to figure out what in the world I ordered and what I did. And so finally, after a while, they finally brought me the meal. And I don't remember what it was, but it was clearly something that was not on the menu ever.
I thought it was some kind of weird soup.
Yeah, it was some kind of bizarre soup, but it wasn't like menudo or, the kinds of soup that you would expect to find in a Mexican restaurant. It was like they had all the ingredients there and just kind of took a little bit of everything and put it in a bowl and put some broth in. It wasn't awful. I still to this day have no idea what I actually ate and what it was.
So that describes exactly how we do when we go to a restaurant. He will order anything, as witnessed just now. Yeah. And I order the exact same thing. Exactly. I find one thing at a restaurant that I order, and I always order the exact same thing. And he will try absolutely anything.
We went to a Russian restaurant about a year or two ago, And I loved it. It was cool. I don't know that I would ever go back, but it was a cool experience. Diane hated it. And so there's a lot of times when I'm out by myself, I'll go to a new restaurant because I know I could never go there with Diane. I was in Fort Worth a couple of years ago and I went to an Egyptian restaurant, and that was actually pretty good. But there's just no way I could ever take Diane to that. She just wants fajitas every night. So another idea. Another idea is to redeem a Groupon or Restaurant.com deal. There are awesome ways to save money on meals, and if you play your cards right, especially with a daily deal from Groupon or a coupon from Restaurant.com, you can usually get a meal for 2 or 3 people for the price of one. And in fact, it's not in fact, the way the Restaurant.com deals go. Remind me with this, Diane. It's usually if you spend a certain dollar amount, you get a certain dollar amount off. Is that right?
Yeah, it's usually like if you buy a Restaurant.com gift certificate for $50, you might have to spend $25, and then you give them the gift certificate for $50, and so you've bought something that was $50 or $51, and you just paid $25 for the gift certificate, and you get $50 off.
Yeah, so that's important because when we first did it, I thought if you bought a $50 Restaurant.com certificate, you got $50 off your meal, and you don't. There's a dollar amount you have to hit, and so I think we had like a $20 gift certificate, and you had to spend $10 to get up to $20 off of your meal, if I remember correctly.
But we often pay $2, $3, $4 to get those. So when they're on sale for say $3 for $25, we'll buy $100 or $200 worth, and we've spent $12, and we're going to get $25 off every meal or $50 off every meal, depending on where we go.
Right.
So it's definitely worth it for $12 to get. $12 will get me a few $100s off of meals because I'm going to buy several $100 worth of meals.
Yeah, so it is definitely a good deal. It's just maybe not structured the way you would imagine when you see the numbers. But yeah, Restaurant.com deals are awesome. Groupon is another. I mean, it's great. You get a little, some daily deals that, especially. And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, especially for new restaurants that are trying to gain a clientele. A lot of times they'll have really, really great deals because they just want you to come in the door and try their food. And again, this doesn't always work for Diane and I because she never to go anywhere. But a couple of years ago, there's a great deal for a Jamaican restaurant. It's fantastic food. I really enjoyed it. I've never been back since.
But it's very spicy, and I cannot do spicy. That's part of the problem with the Jamaican place. But I love a Greek place.
Yeah. What was the place that used to be up the road here that served some kind of soup in a plantain bowl? What was that food? I can't even think of it. It's like Brazilian food or something.
Or Cuban would be plantains.
Yeah. And they took a couple plantains and mashed them and kind of used it as clay to form a bowl, and then they poured a soup in the bowl, and it was good. It was really good. So there's all kinds of really cool, interesting places to eat around you. You might have to do a little research, get outside your comfort zone a little bit, look for a great deal on Restaurant.com or something like that, and then go check it out. There's lots of great great places to eat, and you can save a lot of money just by trying them out. So I think this is our last one. The last one is go take a class. Go to your local rec center, your local community college, go together. I remember my parents took a class in line dancing or square dancing, or maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. But they took some kind of, Western dance class, and, they really enjoyed it. And I can't dance, so if there's anyone that probably needs to take a dance class to kind of fake his way through a dancing scenario, it's me.
We took a dance class.
We did. Oh yeah, we learned how to waltz. Yeah,
I learned how to waltz.
Yeah, that's not come in handy very many often. But yeah, we did. I forgot about that. We took a class to learn how to waltz, and boy, I had 2 left feet. Maybe I shouldn't take a dance class. But there's always really cool things. Pottery classes, like I said before, our gardening classes.
Funny thing about his two left feet is that he was in show choir in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at that. I could sing, but dance like Frankenstein's monster. Just kind of plodding around the stage.
We have lots of videos.
We
But
do.
actually, I was going to say one fun thing and romantic thing is to cook a meal together. Just the two of you. Just pick a meal and cook together. Not that one cooks and the other watches or the other one gets fed, but that you cook it together and that you spend the time in the kitchen together creating a meal together. Some people, even take classes and do that and learn how to cook together. But just to cook alone with each other in the kitchen, that's a pretty romantic thing.
Yeah. And of course, that probably goes without saying that a lot of these, if you've got kids, maybe ship the kids off to the grandparents and spend the night, together.
Aaron used to work late nights and when the kids were little. And so after the kids went to bed, I would have the fireplace going, candles and a blanket laid down, and then we would have, dinner maybe in the living room on a blanket and by candlelight next to the fire. So, you can just go outside of, the norm and figure out something to do. Yeah, you can wait, if you don't have a babysitter, you can just wait till the kids go to bed and have, have a late dinner, which, would be midnight or so when he got home. But just make it work. You just find ways and to do something different. I've made an entire meal and the kids have helped me before he got home from work before and had the kids help me and everything. And then the kids went to bed and it was a meal for us, just the two of us with, special things that I didn't cook every day. And the kids enjoyed being a part of that too.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, that's something that's always impressed me about our kids is they were always very involved in, they liked it when we were romantic, and they got a little older, they'd see us kissing, they kind of go, ooh, gross or whatever. But really for the most part, if we said, I want to do this for Diane, or Diane would say, I want to do this for Daddy. And they would really get involved. They really enjoyed it, even though they weren't going to, be able to take part in when we were together, because they were in bed, or we'd take them to the babysitters or whatever, but they really enjoyed that. And our kids were really, really amazing growing up. They still are. So
those are good things for your kids to learn from you, how to treat their spouse. I often watch my boys and how they are treating one of them's married, and one of them has a girlfriend, but how they're treating their, significant other. And I can see a lot of things that they've seen from their dad, and how he treated me. And it just, you can see those things. So you want to lay those foundations and that groundwork now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, you're a family, you're a team, and everyone gets to play their part and do their role and participate, and it can be a lot of fun. You can make romance a family activity if you try it. So those are just a few frugal date ideas. If you have maybe a better idea, something that you do, man, I would love to hear about it. Send me, whether you're listening to this on Blab or through the podcast or whatever, just send me an email. I would love to I'll include it on the list for the notes for the podcast. I would definitely love to put that on there if you've got something really cool that you like to do with your family. Definitely. So let's talk about this week's best deals. We'll transition over to the best deals. There are actually quite a few really, really good deals. In fact, there's a few things. I've been looking at the ads that came out yesterday. There's a few things that Diane and I are going to stock up on this week if we possibly can. So I'll start. Albies or Albertsons. If you've got an Albertsons in your area, they have Wolf Brand chili with beans. These are normally about $1.50 a can at Walmart. They've got them for $1 a can at Albertsons. You can price match that at Walmart, or of course, obviously go to Albertsons. $1 a can for Wolf Brand chili is really nice. In fact, there is some natural, like Hormel natural chili. This isn't the podcast, but there were some really good deals on it last week. and I bought a couple cans because the white chicken didn't have any sugar. And then I came home the other night and couldn't find a single can. My son had come over and stolen every can of that stuff. I was very upset. So when you buy enough for the whole family, because that was my mistake. Pop-Tarts, normally about $2 a box at Walmart. Albertsons has them 3 for $5, and there's a $1 off 3 coupon. Makes them $1.33 per box. Good deal. Rice-A-Roni and Pasta-Roni, these are normally about $1 a bag at Walmart. Albertsons has them on sale this week for 79 cents. So save 20 cents on each one. And then here's the deal I'm really excited about, because we eat a lot of bacon. We have, no lie, in our freezer right now, probably 5 pounds of bacon. But Albertsons has Hormel Black Label bacon, which is the more expensive one. It's normally about $6 a package at Walmart. Albertsons has them on sale this week for $3.99, and that's cheap enough that I will probably be picking up a couple packages. Good deal. Dan, what you got for us?
Well, I've got Suave Everlasting Sunshine Body Lotion. It's just $1.08 at Walmart. That's a really good deal. Yeah. And Airwick Life Sense Room Mist Air Fresheners are as low as 99 cents at Target.
Oh, those are expensive. Those are like $5 at Walmart.
Yeah, and Puffs with lotion tissues are just 77 cents at Target. Those are things that come in handy right now, those deals on the Kleenexes.
Right. Yeah, stock up on Kleenex. So our son lives with us now. My son, my daughter-in-law, and their new baby. They've lived with us for just a couple months to pay for this baby. This baby is so expensive, but I'm amazed at how much toilet paper and Kleenex they go through. Like, what are you doing? We need to have like 1 million boxes, and I bet they would still go through it. We've always kind of made fun of the boy because he just seemed to always need to blow his nose just constantly. Kroger. So let's take a look at Kroger. Kroger has some really good deals. Probably the best deal. We can't do this because we don't eat sugar, but this is a good deal for you. They have General Mills cereal, 9 to 13 ounce boxes on sale for $1.49 a box. And there's a whole bunch of 50-cent off coupons that you can find for them. So it makes them, less than $1 a box if you price match at Walmart, or obviously buy it at Kroger. So really good deals on General Mills cereal. Speed Stick deodorant and Lady Speed Stick deodorant. Kroger has them on sale for $1.49. And keep in mind, these are about $2 at Walmart. So Kroger has them on for $1.49. There's a 50-cent coupon and a 50-cent Ibotta. And so you can get Speed Stick deodorant for 49 cents this week. Excellent deal. Starkist tuna. Now this is what we're stocking up on. Chunk Like tuna. So these are the 5-ounce cans, not the tuna whatever ounce pouches. These are the bigger cans, not the pouches. That's what I'm trying to say. They're normally about $1.25 to $1.50 each at Walmart. Kroger has them on sale this week for 50 cents a can. I would get, if you like tuna, I would get as many of those cans as you can, because that's probably the cheapest that you're going to see tuna for a while. 50 cents a can is just dirt cheap. That's a whole lot of lunches for us. Hamburger Helper. Normally about $1.50 a box. Kroger has them on for 89 cents, and there's Saving Star rebates and coupons. You can actually get them for as cheap as 44 cents a box. Excellent deal. Chunky Soup. Campbell's Chunky Soup. Again, normally about $1.50 a can. Kroger has them for 99 cents, and there's a couple coupons that makes them 79 cents a can. And again, that's probably about the cheapest that you're going to see Campbell's Chunky Soup. That's really, really good deal. And then Bird's Eye Vegetables. This is the frozen bags of Bird's Eye Vegetables. They have them for $1 a bag. Now, in the ad, it just says Bird's Eye Vegetables. So it's not the Steam Fresh or the Chef's Favorite or the protein blends or all the other stuff that, all the like different varieties that you can get. However, last time this deal happened, I bought 6 or 7 bags of them, paid, the full Walmart price for them. I went to Walmart because I had a bunch of coupons and it made them dirt cheap anyway. And then when I put my coupon into Savings Catcher, they gave me the dollar price. So I actually made quite a bit of money off that deal. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was, some substantial rebates back from Savings Catcher. So I don't know that I would feel comfortable trying to price match them at the register because it's not an exact match in the ad. But I would definitely, if you buy these at Walmart this week, I would definitely put that into Savings Catcher and then let them make the decision on it, because you could probably get some free Bird's Eye vegetables after the Savings Star rebate. Diane, what you got?
Well, I've got 2 more at Kroger. The Sea Cuisine salmon, tilapia, and cod you can get for just $2.99, which is a really great deal. And the Lunchables uploaded walk.
I think your mic is off.
Oh, I'm sorry. At Kroger, Sea Cuisine salmon, tilapia, and cod are just $2.99. And also the uploaded walking taco, which I don't understand this whole thing, but it's 74 cents at Kroger. I see it all the time, and even people make them at home just from scratch. And I don't get that whole walking taco thing.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So uploaded is what are those called? It's not deal meal. It's the things you put in your kids' lunches. What are they called? Snackables. So Snackables uploaded, but walking taco is such a weird phrase. It's something that somebody that doesn't live in Texas would do, because people in Texas know how to eat a taco and walk at the same time. It's actually not that hard. Tom Thumb this week. There's only one deal at Tom Thumb, and it's only good for the 12th through the 14th. So it's not the whole week. It's just the weekend. They have ragu pasta sauce. And this is red and white for $1.25 a jar. Now, these are normally like $1.68, $1.75 at Walmart. So it's a pretty substantial savings. And there's a 75-cent Ibotta rebate that you can use as well. So you can actually get that first jar of ragu sauce for 50 cents. That's probably the cheapest you're ever going to be able to get ragu for. And did you say you had more? That's my only Tom Thumb deal, right? I say Tom Thumb. It's actually Safeway. Did you have another one, Diane?
Yes, I have 2 more.
Okay, all right.
You can get Dove chocolate bars for just $1 each at CVS when you buy 2. And at Target, you can get Colgate Kids mouthwash for just 66 cents each. So that's a great deal too. All of these will be in the show notes. So you'll be able to click on each one of these deals and figure out exactly how to do them, what coupons you need to print or cut, and exactly how to do each one of these deals.
Yep. So let's talk about that. A couple things. First of all, if you want to see the list of what's free this week at Walmart, I've just updated that list, including a free grandma's cookie. They're 88 cents at Walmart. There's $1 rebate on Ibotta, so you can actually get a free grandma's cookie with overage. Actually, so if you want to see the full list of what's available, just go to the show notes, which we'll have at groceryshopforfree.com/podcast. And you can find the notes for this episode and see, get the links to all those deals. If you need a good deal in cat litter, I've also updated the roundup for cat litter deals. There's not a ton of printable coupons out right now for cat litter, but cat litter is expensive. So if you want to see that, I'll put that link to that in the show notes. And if you don't know how to coupon, and you wish someone would take you by the hand and teach you how to coupon or how to meal plan or how to just cut your grocery bills in general, we have an ebook that will help you do just that. It's called the 21-Day Grocery Budget Bootcamp, and it takes you through 21 very short, very easy to use, or very easy to do lessons, and you've got action steps at the end of each chapter, things that you need to do. And at the end of 21 days, you'll know how to coupon, you'll know how to price match, you'll know how to meal plan, you'll know how to take control of your grocery budget. And again, that'll be at the show notes at groceryshopforfree.com/podcast, or you can go to it directly at groceryshopforfree.com/ebook. And I guess that's everything. If you don't have Ibotta or any of the other Savings Star, or if you don't have Ibotta or any of the other smartphone apps that we talked about before, you can find all of those at groceryshopforfree.com/apps, APPS. And that's it. Please follow us or subscribe to us on iTunes, subscribe to us on Stitcher. You can do that at groceryshopforfree.com/iTunes or /Stitcher. We'd love for you to leave us a review as well. And again, groceryshopfree.com/podcast is where you find all the show notes for this episode. I appreciate you guys listening, and we will sign off and get you guys what you need. What you got for us, Diane?
That's it. Just wanted to say, see y'all next week.
See y'all next week. Bye-bye.